Hello Pisces, this is Ashley. We're going to be doing your reading for the week of the 26th of September. We're going to look at a strength, a challenge, and a potential outcome. And we'll do a 9-card spread and see if we can't get some details to narrow it down for you. If this is not your reading, as this will not resonate for every Pisces out there, make sure you check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. If you do feel like this resonates, please leave me a comment down below and remember to like and subscribe. Also, really quickly, I am doing some bonus readings that are coming out at the same time as this video. I will link it at the end of this video for you, and it is a bonus reading for each of the zodiacs on the topic of the Mercury retrograde that is about to take place here in the next few days. So the retrograde itself starts on the 27th of September, but we're already in that pre-shadow period. So make sure to check that out and see what sort of messages might be coming in for you there. So Pisces, what do we have going on for you the week of the 26th? How'd you like that Pisces full moon? I am actually a Pisces sun sign, and it just made me want to sleep. Alright, so we have the Four of Swords, the Unknown, and the Devil. Justice, Death, and the Ace of Cups. The Five of Cups, the Beyond. So the Unknown and the Beyond are both oracle cards that are in this tarot deck. We'll talk about them. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Oh my. So the Messenger sits at the bottom of the deck. That is another oracle card in this tarot deck. This is the 5-cent tarot if you are interested. I believe it's only for sale on Etsy. But this card talks about divine signs, messages from spirit, synchronicities, that kind of thing that may be showing up for you this week in particular. We've got quite a bit of higher self and universal forces coming in, looks like, for the Pisces crew for the week of the 26th. So what do we got here? I kind of feel like you're leaving something behind that was difficult for you. But I also feel like part of it has been challenging to release, to remove yourself from it, because there was a lack of it almost felt like you were questioning, or you've been questioning, your own intuitive guidance. Like you've struggled to trust that intuitive guidance, and I feel like there were probably some red flags that a subconscious part of you may be or have been ignoring. We have an interesting outcome here as well with this Ace of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Devil. So I think at this point, it's like you're really trying to pay attention to any red flags, because maybe in the past you didn't, and it burned your butt. It's like you learned a pretty harsh lesson, and so now you're on hyper alert for red flags, which is not a bad thing. It could be going a little bit overboard with it as a self-protective measure. But I do feel like good things are coming in here. So let's see if we can dig a little deeper. So in your strength for the week, we have the pure white dragon from Orion. And I believe, Gemini may have gotten this. So if you have any Gemini placements, you might want to check out that reading. It says, transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. I'm incorrect. Now that I read that, it was Libra that got this card. It says, process what you know, act with truth and honesty, and let your wings of light grow and expand. And so I feel like you've learned a lot. You may be experiencing ascension symptoms. It feels like you're on a quick path of evolution here. And I think that, like, look at this dragon's wings. They're like beams of light. I think that you have acquired quite a bit of wisdom, and it could very well have been that you went into a bit of a hermitage and really did some exploring of your inner world while all this light was shining on, you know, even your own personal shadows and that kind of thing. And I feel like that ties into those red flags that you may have been ignoring in the past. And so I feel like you've looked into that, and I think what you're really stepping into at this point is self-trust. You know, being able to rest within yourself and trust yourself that you're going to make the right choices with this Justice card. I feel like perhaps you've been through some karma for sure. Something here that has really thrown you for a loop. It's been a big fight to get to where you are today in a more balanced, and I almost want to say masculine and feminine aspects of self are coming more into balance as well. But it feels like it took a lot to get you here. A lot of work on your part. It took a lot of deep dives to get you there. And you've been through a bit of a rebirth situation, or that's happening now. And so we have the Four of Swords, the Justice card, and the Five of Cups. Let's see what else we can get out of this. Because it is now showing up as your strength. It may not have felt that way in the past. The Four of Swords, we're getting the Fool, and the Ten of Pentacles. So there's that rebirth, really. That Fool is the first arcana. It's actually 0. And I feel like you've kind of been in this quiet place, and now you're finally coming out into the light after a long journey within. With the Justice card, we have the Devil. And the Ace of Pentacles. And so I do feel like I said, there was a lot of karma that you've been processing. And I feel like you have removed yourself from toxic situations. You've looked at the toxicity within yourself. You've brought that to light. You can kind of see how this Ace of Pentacles is glowing like the sun. And I think at this juncture, you are ready for a new beginning. After having been through that karma. What do we have? The Five of Cups. what was I saying? Hermitage. You really looked into yourself. And the Lovers could have very well have been a love situation that sparked this awakening for you, that sent you into the ascension process. It's very interesting. I feel like Scorpio also had these cards show up together. I may be incorrect, but I know for a fact the Lovers showed up in this position, and I want to say the Hermit as well, which is interesting because everything's been shuffled, and then I took the cards from a spread out deck down here. So could definitely have some Scorpio coming into your life here, or even Scorpio in your chart. If that's the case, you might want to check out that reading because it was amazing. And I just saw the Tower. So definitely some Scorpio energy coming into play here. We have the Death card, which is Scorpio. The Devil showing up twice. That's Capricorn energy. Aries and Gemini, Virgo coming in. Okay. So in the challenge position, we have the Message in a Bottle in the reverse. And so what that talks about in the reverse is ignoring red flags, ignoring the signs and synchronicities, or just not seeing them because you're focused elsewhere. We have Divine Faith, the Unknown card, Death, and the Beyond. So your soul, your higher self, has been attempting to guide you forward. And I feel like you are going through a rebirth. We talked about that again with that Fool that popped out there as well. It's like a brand new beginning is coming in after a strong ending came to a close. So you're like transitioning into the new at this point. And I do feel like your higher self is attempting to guide you at this time. And like I was saying, I think in the past perhaps you ignored some red flags, and there's maybe a little bit of fear about, are there red flags that I'm not seeing right now? And so that hypervigilance, like really trying to pay attention to those things. But I want to see what else comes in here, because we have the unknown. And so it's like you're trying to have faith in yourself, right? And be open to the possibilities while also being careful, right? I mean, that's what anybody would want to do. So let's see what else we get. Why do we have the unknown? We have the Page of Cups and the Four of Cups. You have a love offer coming in that you are not expecting. And I think that while you're trying to be open to it, you can see that this this guy on the Four of Cups card is maybe unsure or disinterested. And I feel like that's tied into that fear of stepping into something that you don't want to have anything to do with. You know, what if it's toxic? What if it's unhealthy? What if it's codependent? What if I'm not seeing the red flags? You know, there's all this worry here. Why do we have the Death card? We have the Death card. Let's get one more there. And the Six of Pentacles, because you don't want to deal with anything that's unfair, anything that is unbalanced. We talked about the Justice card here, the Scales, right? And we are entering Libra season. Actually, we are in Libra season at the time of this reading. You don't want to be breadcrumbed. You don't want to be putting in more effort than someone else is willing to put in when it comes to love, right? And I think even with yourself, with your higher self, because we have the Beyond card coming up here. This is your higher self. And we have the Lovers here as well. This can also be representative of the light and dark aspects of yourself, the higher and lower self, right? And so you're really wanting to bring that wisdom that you've gained into your future. You want to make sure what you're approaching and what you're doing is balanced, is equal give and take, where you're existing on the earth plane and you're doing your day-to-day life, but you're also paying attention to that divine aspect of yourself that's trying to guide you. With the Beyond card, we have the Seven of Wands and the Chariot. Yeah, I feel like you really want to stand up for what is important to your life path, your soul self. What were we just talking about? Light and dark. So this is the Chariot. It's Cancer energy, but there's a black and a white Sphinx, and they lead the Chariot. And so it's like, I mean, he's only holding a wand here. You can see it. He has no reins on these Sphinxes. And it's a fast moving card. It's a card of hard control. So you're taking control and standing up for what you know that you need. Now it's showing up as a challenge because I think that there's some fears perhaps around this offer that's coming in, because you're not so sure if it's a safe idea, this love offer. Could even be an apology from a past toxic person, and you're like, I don't trust you. So take it as it resonates. It doesn't have to be a new person, though you do have the Fool here. It could very well be a past person that's coming back and is saying, oh no, you misinterpreted everything. I wasn't toxic. Here's what it meant. And, who knows, right? With the outcome, we have ears wide open. So you can see you're really trying to pay attention. You're listening for those red flags. Look at the ears on this fox. They're huge. And he is giving his undivided present attention to something. This is also a 33, which is a master number. And so your presence and attention is needed. We have the Devil, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. I think that you're paying such close attention because, the Devil, that is like super, super attractive energy. It is like you could stumble and fall right into the Devil, because the Devil energy is intensely enticing. It's something that is, it becomes an addiction. It becomes something that controls you. And we have the Ace of Cups showing up here. And I think that there's a fear or just a very close discernment and caution about stumbling too quickly into a new love, because and you have learned from that mistake in the past, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with passion, with intense desire and that kind of thing, so long as we pay attention and we don't allow it to control everything we hear, everything we see, right? It can be a very strong veil that comes over your face and your head when it comes to some sort of new passionate beginning here. With that Eight of Wands, it's moving quickly, or trying to. And so you may be feeling like, oh, let's slow it down. I don't want this to become something toxic. I don't want it to become an addiction. I think you're wanting to avoid codependency. You're wanting to stand strong in yourself and enter into a potential love union here in the wise way, which is not to lose yourself in the process. So, very interesting. So could be dealing with a Cancer, a Capricorn, a Scorpio, an Aries, Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini, Libra. So we've got quite a few of the signs here. What do we have? The Devil. We have Judgment. Yep, you've been there before. Don't want to go there again. Yep. Knight of Swords. If we move too quickly, if I make this choice too quickly without paying attention, I could put myself in a rough and tumble situation. With the Ace of Cups, there you are, Pisces, with the Hanged Man. You are looking at this so closely. Does this have potential to grow? Does it have potential to become an abundant thing for me, or is it going to be a trap? With the Eight of Wands, we have the Four of Pentacles. You're resisting moving too quickly here because you don't want to be left out in the cold, rejected, abandoned, treated like perhaps you've been treated in the past. I would just, pay attention and have some trust in yourself. We've already talked about that, because it does look like this new love opportunity has the potential to be something very positive here. But if you flat out reject it, it's certainly not going to go anywhere, right? And so you're just paying attention and keeping your ears open with that Fox card to make sure you take it one step at a time, right? And that you're protecting yourself, and not to mention also remaining on your path. Like the devil can pull us right off our path and into a tangent that we weren't planning to go on. So it looks pretty good. I think you're making wise choices here. I just wouldn't let anything scare you. And remember to rely on those messages that you're seeing, those synchronicities. Pay attention. Definitely pay attention. And use that wisdom that you've gained from the past to assess this potential new love offer that's coming in here. So I hope that was helpful, Pisces. Remember to check out the Mercury retrograde video for you, linked at the end of this video. It should be popping up right now. And let me know what you think. I will see you in the next one. Bye.